You're enjoying it, roared the huge voice below. You become a wind rider. You'll never want to change places with mere humans crawling back from the ground. Over the wide world they flew. Far below, tiny people ran to catch flying hats. Ships like toys ran before the wind with bare masts. The north wind laughed and Onda thrilled. Onda, wind rider. She shrieked as a black mountain reared in front of them, but with a tremendous jerk, twisting the north wind forced a way into the gap between high rock walls. Now, thundered. Onda looked down. Below was a broad green land of fields and meadows, woods and streams, ringed by purple hills. The land of the four winds. I shall leave you here. Take your pick of any wind that comes along. I'm off to the south. Farewell. Wait, please. What for, Onderchild? May I look round this land first? Ha! I'd forgotten how inquisitive sprites can be. Hold tight. North Wind raced round the mountain till Onda was dizzy. With each circle he swung lower. See there, he shouted. Towers with gold and yellow walls swung into view. The castle of the Yellow Kingdom. Ah! gasped Onda as the turrets flew towards them. On a flower-decked terrace stood a young woman with maids busy arranging the folds of her gown. She's beautiful. Princess Melissa, no less, came the snorted reply. Now watch this. Swooping lower, the north wind sent clothes whirling as shrieking girls flying for cover. Why did you do that? Because I'm a wind and I have to blow. That's why. With that, the north wind veered away from the yellow castle. Miles further on he roared down a brilliant red castle. On the battlements, young men in coloured skirts were mock fighting with swords. Taller than the others were one, in scarlet, with long golden hair. He's so handsome, breathed Onda. The Red Prince, the north wind chuckled. Watch this! And Onda's dismay, he dived down again to scatter the fighters. Then he drew breath. Wasted enough time already. I'll sit you down on the tower, and you can gawp at his highness while you wait for the next wind to blow in. Now I'm off. And with that, the north wind tore away to the south. As Onda watched the young men resume their swordplay, a voice whispered in her ear, cool and brisk. Very fine, but we have to move on. Who's there? Onda was startled. East Wind. Thought you were waiting for me. But sprites are always daydreaming. I wasn't dreaming. Onda was indignant. Never mind, we're going westwards. You on board? Yes, thank you. Well brought up for a sprite, laughed the East Wind as the red castle vanished behind them. In minutes, without slackening speed, they rushed through a mountain pass and were out over open fields golden in the sun. Ahead, the land took on a dark blue edge under the blue sky. What's that? Onda breathed. It looks beautiful. The sea, child. Where have you been? In a hole in the rocks? Yes, she admitted. Why are we going down? You've been called down, and it's a fellow spirit, calls you must answer, whatever you're doing. Without another word, the East Wind left Onda on the banks of a clear, swift-flowing stream and sped away over the blue sea, making the waves run white with excitement. Onda could see no one. All she could hear was the roar of the stream, ran over a waterfall. Who wants me? Who wants Onda? She called down the downpour. Above the downpour, sorry. Water sprite here. Lovely too. The voice broke off in a chuckle. Nearly said to see you, but I can't. You're invisible, aren't you? No body. The laughter grew louder. That's not my fault, snapped Onda. Anyway, I can't see you. Where are you? Under the cascade. Silly. Follow my laugh. In a dark, glistening space behind the waterfall sat a pretty fair-haired girl in a flowing water gown trimmed with flowers. Like it? I made it myself. The water sprite giggled. I'm Arga. What's your name? Onda. Why did you call me down? Onda was slightly irritated. Was it important? Arga gave another giggle. I was feeling lonely. I needed company, a little gossip. What's going on in the wide world? Why don't you go out and see for yourself? Arga looked grumpy. Never mind about that. Tell me, who have you seen on your travels? Her pretty face became sly. Any handsome men? Onda hesitated. Then, thinking that she mustn't be mean, described the red castle and the young quarters to fencing. Arga clapped her hands. Oh, the Red Prince! Tell me more. Did you speak to him? Is he really charming? I'd love to meet him. Why don't you then? Onda's voice was a little sharp. Oh, teased the water sprite. You're jealous, aren't you? Don't be ridiculous, slapped Onda. Oh, Onda, don't be angry, soothed Arga. You don't know how important this is to me. My shape, she spread out her watery skirt, is useless if I step an inch out of my grotto. Useless? Yes, I look like you. Nothing. I'm not useless. Onda was furious. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, you'd love to have a shape, wouldn't you? Yes, admitted Onda. Well, suppose you had one, and a very pretty one, and every time you went out, you weren't there anymore. So you have to stay home if you want anyone to admire you. And if no one comes, where are you? On your own, answered Onda, beginning to feel sorry for Arga. The water sprite guessed how Onda felt and suddenly said, I'll tell you a secret. If I can find a lover, someone who'll marry me, I can have my shape all the time, anywhere. I can go where I like, do what I like, have children, if only your lover will come to you. Yes, yes, Arga clapped her hands. Oh, Onda, can't you help me? How? Can you persuade the Red Prince to come down to my grotto? She paused and frowned. Tell him there's treasure down here, she simpered. There is, in a way. Once he's here, I'll do the rest. Why should I do this for you? Because, said Arga, slowly and distinctly, sprites help fellow spirits in need. But this isn't need, protested Onda. It's just a silly fancy. Then she stopped as Arga's small face creased up like a child's and tears began to flow down her cheeks. All right, I'll do what I can, but I can't speak to people, only to fellow spirits. Arga's tears vanished. A look of contempt came into her face. You must be a very new sprite if you can't talk to people. I am, admitted Onda. This is my first journey. I might have known. My bad luck. I wait for ages for a sprite to come along, and what do I get? A trainee. That's not my fault, Onda was angry. I'm meant to be learning, and you're already expecting me to do favours. Well, you've learnt something now, haven't you? All the world wants favours. Arga's face showed equal anger, then suddenly it cleared. Listen, she said, raising a hand. Do you hear that? Onda listened. Yes, now she could hear it. Deep, soft, musical sighing. That's the west wind coming. Quick, out into the open if you want to catch her, and don't mind me too much. I didn't mean to upset you. Forgive me? Of course, answered Onda. Oh, good. If you had a face, I'd give you a kiss. Arga made smacking noise with her lips. Farewell, Onda. See you again. As Onda rose above the waterfall, she heard Arga calling from behind the torrent. You won't forget about the Red Prince, will you? And there we end chapter 2.
Now, I would read chapter 3, but let's not. Well, I know you can't actually see us, but we're waving here.
Yeah, we are.
1 minute, I got an idea. Waving, see? Hello, Judith, come round here. Wave. Alright, and that is the end of ALJL Radio Show. For this week, or this month, depending on when we next get around to it. Anyway, bye!
Bye!
Let us fly, la-di-da-di-da-di-da, to the golden sky. It's the paradise of smile where the sun always shines. La-da-di-da-di-da-di-da.